So today is one of those days where I have drawn a blank. I don't know what to cook. I know I have beef boneless cubes lying in the house and some vegetables in the fridge. I need to come up with something, and for that, I guess you have to stay tuned on Ifnatcancook. And I've decided to make Tamatar Gosht using my favorite ingredients, serving that with white rice and dahi baingan, so stay tuned. Using the simplest of ingredients available to you at home, but making sure that it turns out really fantastic. And these days, my favorite oil is mustard oil. I'm so enjoying the taste. I'm using it in a lot of things, 2 to 3 tablespoons. Adding 1 large onion finely chopped. Saute till translucent, and once it's translucent, I'm adding a teaspoon of ginger, a teaspoon of garlic, and my addition is curry leaves. Saute this, and if it's sticking to the bottom, add a few drops of water. And to the onion mixture, I'm going to add these masalas. 1 cinnamon stick, 3 cloves, 2 cardamoms, 1 bay leaf, 2 to 3 red chili balls, half a teaspoon each of salt, turmeric powder, cumin powder, coriander powder, and red chili powder. Now everyone makes tomato gosht in their own way. This is just a slight variation because I've added curry leaves. Normally people don't do that, but I love curry leaves and it goes very well with this masala. Now my mom always says to add a teaspoon, 2 teaspoons of water to get rid of the masala smell. I'm doing that. And next up is 4 to 5 pureed tomatoes. Next, I'm just going to add a little bit of regular oil, and I want the tomatoes to dissolve. I'm going to cover and cook this for a wee bit. And now I'm going to prepare the dahi baingan, which is basically eggplant and yogurt. And the first thing I'm going to do is slice these eggplants. The eggplant shouldn't be too thin, not too thick. I'm going to place it on a plate. I'm going to sprinkle some salt so it draws out the moisture of the eggplant. And make sure the salt is on both sides. I'm going to season the yogurt with salt, a pinch of sugar, some red chili powder, some cumin powder. Mix and beat the yogurt so there are no lumps. And I want you to see the moisture that has been drawn out of the eggplant. Take a kitchen towel or a napkin and wipe out the moisture. And look at that, it's now dry. Season all of this with a little bit of turmeric powder and a little bit of red chili powder. You can always use paprika powder if you like less heat. Okay, that's done. I'm just going to check what's happening with the tomatoes. I feel it's done, and the rest of it is going to cook when I add 300 grams of boneless cubed beef pieces with a little bit of fat on them. Raise the fire and saute this meat till the water dries. And that's going to take some time. I have some hot oil in a frying pan, and I'm going to fry the eggplant pieces. And everything is smelling so good. I'm super excited about this. Okay. I'm just waiting for the oil on this tomato gosht to rise. Although the eggplant pieces have been fried, I'm just going to wait for it to cool before I add it into the yogurt. I've bhunod this pretty well, and whatever little oil that I added is kind of like now on the surface. You can always add more oil. And now I'm going to add about a cup of water to this mix. And I'm going to cover and cook this till the meat is tender in about 25 minutes. I beg your pardon, folks, I forgot to add an ingredient, and this is kacha papita, raw papaya, about a tablespoon. This is going to help the meat dissolve fast. I'm going to start doing up the yogurt and egg. And now that it's beautifully laid out, I'm going to temper this using a little bit of the same oil I used for frying. About half a teaspoon of ginger and a teaspoon of garlic, half a teaspoon of zira, which is some fresh curry leaves. It's going to splatter now. I used very little oil, you may use more. Turn off the fire and add some red chili flakes. Mix this around. And now temper this. This is smelling great and it's ready. The rice is ready, and let's see what the tomato is doing with the beef right now. I think that's done. I'm going to throw out the bay leaf, and I'm just going to wait for the water to evaporate and the oil to rise to the surface for the last time. And it's happening. There's a lot of patience required to make good Pakistani food, guys. You have to be patient. But I'm going to infuse some green chilies into this tomato beef mixture. I think that's very important to this dish. What is Pakistani food without fresh coriander? And I'm finally ready to serve this. A little bit of garam masala powder, and rub some kasuri methi between your palms. Sprinkle that over, and some more fresh coriander for garnish. And I'm about to serve all of it. And this is it, guys. This is Tamatar Gosht with Baingan Burhani, and that was made so easily and so quickly in front of you. Yes, the beef does take time, but it's so worth it. You have to bhuno it at least twice or thrice. I'm so glad you guys stayed tuned with me on Ifnatcancook to watch the stories, and I hope you guys will make this soon. And if you have any queries, all you have to do is message me. Thank you for watching.